On today's show,
is Dirk the greatest international player ever?
Kobe Bryant sets a dubious shooting milestone.
And we update our list of must-watch League Pass teams.
It's Wednesday, November 12th. The Starters starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're joining us live online, listening to the podcast, or catching us on NBA TV, very happy to have you. I'm J.D. Skeets, and alongside me, as always, it's Tass Millis.
Let's get this going.
To my right, Starters blog editor Trey Kirby.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. And finally, international man of mystery, it's Lee Ellis.
Girls.
Lily, all right, fun show for you here tonight. And we're going to start with a couple milestones in the association last night. And we'll start with Z German with 23 points last night. Mavs superstar Dirk Nowitzki moved into 9th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list. He passed Rockets legend Hakeem Olajuwon, meaning, actually, that Nowitzki has now scored more points in the NBA than any other foreign-born player. We'll get to that angle in a second, but you see it there, the one that did it, the patented sort of fadeaway one-legged, not as crazy one-legged as we've seen from Dirk over the years, but still a fadeaway nonetheless. There's the list. He's got 2 more guys in his sights this season, Tass. It was something you talked about in the preseason. Dirk just moving up this scoring list.
Yeah, he's going to pass Elvin Hayes and Moses Malone into 7th spot this year. That is guaranteed barring injury. And then next year, he's going to get Shaq. He's got an outside chance this year to get Shaq, but he'll get him next year. You know, it's been a great ride on the Dirkus circus, but I would have never expected, even the first 5-6 years of Dirk's career, that we'd be talking in the same sentence, him and Shaq at the 6th spot. And there's a chance he could move into the top 5.
I was going to say,
before it's all said
this
and done.
guy could be playing for a long time still. He's only 36, and just the way he plays.
Oh, yeah.
Why couldn't he stick
can
around
shoot
for
over guys
another
for a long
4 or
time if
5
you're
years
7 feet tall.
and put up 20 points per game along that line? It's really, truly.
You're right, though, Tass. It is kind of weird that he is so high because nowadays we see a ton of stretch fours, but when Dirk came in the league, he's kind of a unique guy to be that tall and be able to shoot that well. Obviously, it works because every team wants a stretch four now, and a lot of that is because of Dirk.
And I mean, you look at someone like Kevin Love, who's kind of expanded that game. He can step out and really knock down the three-pointer, but he doesn't have that same post game that Dirk has, where he can just basically shake off any defender, and you know that that shot's going down most of the time.
So he's into 9th place on the all-time scoring list, and as I said, he passes Hakeem and is now the #1 when in terms of scoring the basketball, foreign-born players. Now here's the list of foreign-born guys, and it's a little funny.
We're getting technical
Because
here.
you got Dirk from Germany, Olajuwon, Nigeria, Dominique Wilkins was born in France. Tim Duncan is a whole other scenario here because, you know, he was born in the Virgin Islands. Patrick Ewing, born in Germany.
Yeah.
But, you know, the question for you guys at the table and everyone watching, chime in on Twitter, #TheStarters. Is Dirk the greatest international player of all time? And I know we're going to get into, well, what really is an international player? Because does Duncan and Olajuwon, do they really count? They ended up playing for Team USA in international basketball.
And they played their college
Americans.
ball stateside
And that
as
as well.
while Dirk didn't do that. So, I mean, those are definitely different players, but I'm glad we got technical with this because for me, it would be Hakeem. Undoubtedly, but I love throwing Tim Duncan into the conversation because I relate a little bit more with Tim Duncan because I'm 6'11", no, but unlike Hakeem, I never had any fleet feet. You know, I liked watching Tim and the way he was just able to create shot angles underneath. Hakeem was a beast on both ends. Tim was a beast on both ends, but Hakeem just seemed to do it a little bit more fluidly. Just because he was a little quicker on his feet than Tim Duncan was. So I liked watching Tim personally. Which one is better? I mean, we're comparing apples to apples, but I would take Tim Duncan.
So, okay, if we're including Duncan, Olajuwon, Ewing in the mix here along with Dirk, is Dirk the best, though, international player, even above those guys, or would you go those
You can't say that.
No, it's not. It's Hakeem Olajuwon because at both ends of the floor, Hakeem was fantastic. Now, Dirk, we know, is a great shooter, but Hakeem Olajuwon actually shot the same amount of times, in fact, more than Dirk throughout his game. I looked up the stats, had 17 field goal attempts per game, and Hakeem shot at 51%. Dirk's career average is 47%. I know they play different positions and they take different shots. And Hakeem Olajuwon, we think of the dream shake, but he had a million post moves. He could score in a variety of ways. But on the defensive end, that's where it really stands out. out. Two-time Defensive Player of the Year, all-time leader in block shots. He's 8th in steals. And Akeem Olajuwon was just such a presence defensively. Unfortunately for Dirk, we're never going to remember him for his defense.
But again, should we really count these guys as international players? They're naturalized U.S. citizens.
If they're winning medals for Team USA, then I don't think they're technically international players. And that's why, for me, if you're talking strictly international guys, it's Dirk. Number one for sure, because he's got the team success that Nash didn't always have. And he's got the individual success that Pau Gasol has had individual success, but not on the level that Dirk does. But Dirk's been a go-to guy his entire career, and he still is.
Akeem Olajuwon was born in Nigeria to Nigerian parents, and he came over and became naturalized. So I know he played college there at Houston as well. I don't see that the same as Tim Duncan. I mean, the US Virgin Islands is not like he's coming from a completely different continent. So Akeem Olajuwon, for me, still counts as international. Even though if you take out his college career, then he's definitely an international
And it's
player.
interesting, even with a guy like Akeem, maybe if basketball had been as popular around the world and had been built up, you know, in other countries, maybe he is playing for Nigeria. He's playing for an African country when it's popular, but he just almost in a weird way didn't even really have that choice. Like, of course,
he was a great soccer goalie growing up.
I want to throw in a couple what ifs on the greatest international player of all time, Sabonis and Yao Ming. We threw them both on a board there. You're looking at their career stats. Just because these guys didn't play a whole lot, you know, in fact, missed entire seasons in their NBA career. The Yao one is really interesting to me. If that guy, you know, with his 7 All-Star years there or whatever it was, he had another 7 of those. Where's he in the mix of true international players?
Yeah, because Sabonis has definitely benefited from postscript, everybody saying he was the best international player not in the league. With Yao, he was the best international player, but then he got hurt so many times that he wasn't there. So I think down the line, once we have a chance to appreciate Yao, we'll realize how good he really was.
Again, let's hear what people think on Twitter. Let us know. We had another milestone last night, a little different than Dirk's. Milestone. Come on, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a record.
Lakers guard Kobe Bryant surpassed John Havlicek for the NBA's all-time leader in missed field goal attempts in the Lakers' loss to the Grizzlies last night. And this is the one that did it. It was lucky number 13, fadeaway, baseline.
Perfect.
He goes 10 for 26 on the night. But yes, passing Havlicek in terms of regular season field goals missed. Kobe has the record. No one has missed more regular season shots than Kobe Bryant. And you know what? That's the way it should be, in my mind.
It's a perfect record for him because he stuck around for a long time. He started playing when he was young, and he has always shot. It's kind of tells his whole career in one story.
And if you look at guys 4 and 5 on the list, they're the 2 leading scorers in NBA history. So if you're going to score a lot and play forever, you're going to miss a lot of shots.
Yeah, ESPN had a great article pointing out, like, the guys in the best, like, across other sports. Like, Brett Favre has the most incompletions.
Yeah.
Pete Rose has the most outs in baseball. You know, they tend to be the best.
That's true.
Some of the best guys, these type of records. Longevity, for sure. Kobe had a lot to say, though, about this record. Quoting Kobe here on setting the record, I don't care about it, to be honest with you. It is what it is. I remember when I was a kid and I watched Michael Jordan shoot 49 times in an NBA Finals game. Can you imagine if I did that and lost? Puts things in perspective. A little bit more from Kobe on the shots he regrets he was asked about. Yeah, all the ones where I've had to bail the team out at the end of the shot clock. It annoys the crap out of me. Kills my field goal percentage. That one coming from the OC register. He also said, look, I'm a shooting guard that's played 19 years. Shooting guard. I'm going to miss a lot of shots.
The interesting thing, the Jordan comparison has always been there, but the field goal percentage stands out to me because Kobe's is at 45% for his career. Jordan's, off the top of your heads, guys?
51%.
Just under 50. He's 49.7. An incredible percentage for a 2 guard. So, yeah, he shot a lot, but at the same time, if you're the greatest, I mean, you can shoot it a little bit better. No one can compare to that. So I don't like him throwing that same sentence there. That imagine if I shot 49 times. Well, you got pretty close.
I'll try it. You see it there. Wilt Chamberlain has the record for most games with at least 20 missed field goals in that particular game. 117 times Wilt did that. Elgin Baylor.
Like every record.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wilt does have a lot of records. Bryant, though, Kobe won behind Iverson. He's got 44 games of 20 missed field goals. Iverson at 45.
Elgin Baylor looks a lot like Stu Jackson.
He did a little bit there. All right. Lots more still to come. We're going to open up the starters mailbox to answer a few of your NBA-related questions, including our updated must-watch League Pass teams. So come on back.
Oh, look, there's mail. We got mail. Woohoo!
Back with the starters. We've got mail because you guys are awesome at sending it in. Keep them coming. Email us, thestarters@nba.com. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Facebook. However you got to do it. First question here, guys. It's a good one. The Thunder are just depressing, and the Wolves aren't as exciting as I expected. On the other hand, Miami's playing well, and Utah is fast, young, and interesting. Luckily, I didn't lock in my 5 League Pass teams before the season started. Now that we've seen some regular season games, which 5 teams would you choose? And no, Lee, you can't choose the Spurs 5 times.
Come on, Ryan.
Thanks for adding that, Ryan, and thank you for the email. What do you think?
Yeah, it's nice to get a mulligan a couple weeks into the season. So we came up with our list, the Starters League Pass rankings here. Phoenix Suns, New Orleans Pelicans, Toronto Raptors, Sacramento Kings, and Utah Jazz are our list.
And
a bunch of teams that obviously don't have a lot of national TV coverage.
Right, those are the number of games actually at the bottom there. So yeah, that's what you got to do here. You can't pick the Bulls or the Clippers because they're on national TV all the time. Love the Pelicans one, mainly for one guy.
It is.
Must watch Anthony Davis.
But he is unique in the most true sense of the word. I mean, we racked our brains on the Drop, our Friday audio podcast, trying to think of guys that you can compare him to, and I truly think there's been nobody like him in the history of the NBA. We are watching history here. Every time we watch this guy, in only year 3, you got to tune in to watch the Pelicans, and only on national TV 10 times, 8 of those on NBA TV, so tune in.
The Pelicans is one we sort of maybe expected because of Anthony Davis taking the next step. The Utah Jazz, bit of a surprise. We were hoping with the new coach and all the young guys there, Lee, that they'd be entertaining, and so far they have been.
Yeah, they have been, because last year they were pretty tough to watch, but this year they've been really exciting. That home crowd too in the Energy Solutions Arena, it used to be one of the most intimidating.
Great energy.
It used to be one of the most intimidating arenas in all of basketball. They've had some lean years, but you saw that win against Cleveland last week. What happens? That crowd is as valuable as Oklahoma City or Golden State Warriors, any of those teams, when they get going.
And you mentioned the coaching. I think that's a big part of it because they shoot a lot more threes now. They get to the rim more now. It's just the Spursification of everything.
It is,
makes
yeah.
it more fun to watch.
Phoenix Suns, one also we probably had on our list earlier this season, just how entertaining they were last season. It's still going this season.
Yeah, the 3-guard experiment is quite interesting to me. Anytime you watch them, Goran Dragic can be bringing up the ball, Eric Bledsoe, Isaiah Thomas, they all take turns, and anything can happen. It's always interesting every time they bring the ball up the floor, and I'm just a fan of their guys in general and the way they play basketball. I mean, Gerald Green, you never know what you're going to get from that guy. I love watching P.J. Tucker as well, his meanness on the defensive end and on the offensive end. I just like watching him stick it in the corner. Just a great team.
They have like 4 or 5 guys when you throw in Green and even Markieff Morris that could explode for 30, 35 on any given night there with all those point guards. That's a good one. Thanks for the question. Next one. Guys, now that we have the Splash Brothers in Golden State and the Bounce Brothers in Minnesota, what other bros are there in the NBA? That's from Jens through Facebook.
Thank you very much for that email. I'll start us off here. Joakim Noah and Pau Gasol are the perfect strangers bros.
Okay.
It just makes sense. The newly acquainted front court are just so different. We know that Joakim likes to specialize in the defensive end. Pau specializes in the offensive end. They're just opposites. You might say, Tass, don't be ridiculous. But they are perfect strangers. Perfect Strangers, the sitcom, if you remember, was set in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Great
perfect
tie-in.
match. Larry Applegate, you know, he can be the Pau Gasol, sort of the straighter guy. Balki Bartokomous can be Joakim Noah, the funny guy.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Get a job in the mailroom. Where do they work?
Well, they
Something
worked
like
at
that.
the
Fake Chicago paper.
yeah, the fake newspaper. You're
Chicago
right.
Chronicle, right?
Okay, the perfect strangers bros. What about you, Lee?
Jens talks about the Bounce Brothers. Well, I've got the anti-Bounce Brothers in Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph out in Memphis here, because these two guys, I don't think we've ever seen them really get off the ground for any jump shot. Occasionally, Marc Gasol's actually had a few dunks this year, but generally they stay pretty well grounded, these two.
Yeah.
They work so well together. They're so much fun to watch, especially if you just like to see guys grit and grind, which is the Memphis Grizzlies game.
The anti-bounce brothers.
Yes.
in Zebo and Gasol. I like that one. What do you got, Trey?
Well, the Bash Brothers are the originals. The Splash Brothers are the remix. The Suns tried the Slash Brothers, so I'm going with another Ash, and that's the Smash Brothers. That's Steven Adams and Kendrick Perkins in Oklahoma City, because these guys just literally like to smash into anything around them. Steven Adams, as we know, starts fights with anybody he can, and Kendrick Perkins will fight anybody that Steven Adams starts a fight with, so it kind of works out nice. These two just get by throwing their body, throwing their elbows, throwing their hands, kind of just getting into it with anybody. That's the Smash Brothers for you.
I'm going with the Houston Rockets pairing, all-star pairing, let's point out, of Harden and Howard, the boring bros. I'm sorry, I'm going the boring bros because there's a whole lot of free throws. Harden leads the league in free throw attempts, 76. Howard not far behind at 57.
Come on, what about the scoring?
They shoot nearly 20 free throws a game. It gets a little boring. Hey, keep doing it, you're winning games, but it's a tough watch.
It can be.
And I looked it up. They have actually shot, Harden and Howard, just these two guys, have shot more free throw attempts than 3 teams in the league. The Knicks, the Nets, and the Celtics.
Wow.
Crazy. 2 guys. 7 games into this thing. So there it is. Great question, though. Final one. Do the Pelicans get less production from Eric Gordon than any other team gets from their highest paid player? Gordon has had a rough start to 2014-15. That's from Chris in Alabama. A rough start is putting it nicely. Eric Gordon.
Yeah, like Bill Simmons and Zach Lowe mentioned on their podcast this week that he might have the worst contract in the league, and that might be true because he just kind of floats through the game. He doesn't do much. The only thing he's doing for whatever reason this year is offensive rebounding. And I think he just hates being in New Orleans. He wasn't happy when he was traded there. He signed an offer sheet with the Suns, saying he hoped that the Hornets at the time wouldn't match. And then when they did, he's like, okay, I'm still here. I'm not disappointed.
He has
seems like you.
He has a player efficiency rating. That's not a typo, of 3.62 right now.
Not very high.
Under 10 points per game. He can't shoot right now to save his life. Bad in the 2-pointer, 3-pointers. At the line, he's horrible as well. And that's weird with Eric Gordon because it wasn't that long ago that he was a good basketball player.
Yeah, Trey, you say that he seems like he's disappointed because he was fantastic as a member of the Los Angeles Clippers. His 3rd year, 2010-2011, he was scoring 22 points per game. You might say, oh, it was a bad team and somebody needed to score. Well, he was actually shooting a good percentage. He had a great chemistry with Blake Griffin in his 1st year. He was actually 3rd in 4th quarter points that year behind Kobe Bryant and Paul Pierce. He was a scorer. And then all of a sudden, he gets hurt. He's promised that he's not going to be traded. He finds out on a team bus with season ticket holders that he's being traded.
I forgot about that.
And then he hated life for a long period of time. This guy is a very good scorer. An injury also probably factored into that, the knee injury.
For sure. Well, thanks for the emails, guys. Got to take a break. When we return, Kawhi Leonard said he's pretty sure he'll be a Spurs player for life. We'll debate the odds next. Welcome back to the starters. Kawhi Leonard of the San Antonio Spurs had himself another great game last night in a very impressive win by the Spurs over the Warriors. He had 19 points, 6 boards, his 2nd straight game in a row where he was putting up some numbers after a slow start. And he made some news this week. He was asked about not coming to a deal with the Spurs on that contract extension by that October 31st deadline. He had lots to say, which is rare for him because he usually doesn't talk. But he was quoted as saying, I was never upset about the extension. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I mean, they love me here. I like the organization, and if it was up to me, I want to finish out with one team like a lot of great players have done, to stay with one organization their whole career and just be loyal to that. You never know. We'll see what happens next summer, but I'm pretty sure I'll be in a Spurs jersey for my whole life, that coming by way of USA Today's Sports. Kawhi, not worried that he's going to be going anywhere, and why would you?
I would say us 4 up here aren't worried either.
No.
Why should you be? I think it's fine. You know, Kawhi, he got off to a slow start. That happens in the NBA. Offense sort of starts slow for a lot of guys. But the San Antonio Spurs put so much work into this guy, making him the supreme player that he is. And I think they're taking a little chance in the fact that history says teams don't make offers to restricted free agents right out of the gate. We saw Eric Bledsoe last year going to September, Nikola Pekovic the year before. I think they're just taking their time, but they are going to come to a deal. They have to with this guy.
And you've heard Pop even say, we got to start running more and more plays for this guy. He is the future. So Kawhi's not worried, either as we. We had 2 milestones last night. We also had 2 wedgies.
Yeah, I was a little worried.
What a night.
That we hadn't had a wedgie in a while. And then we got 2 on the same night. DeMar DeRozan, another Canadian wedgie. The first 2 wedgies this season have been of the Canadian variety.
Yep.
Then 2 in one night. LaMarcus Aldridge, a similar wedgie on the other side.
Ooh,
and then it just slipped out. That's how you know you're a good shooter, when your wedgie just slips out. It doesn't stick in there. We're keeping track here on the starters of how often we get a wedgie. It had been a while. It had been 9 days since we had a wedgie, but now Trey's going to mark that down.
Take it down, Trey.
Feels good. It feels pretty good to get back to this 0. I'd like to see this 0 all year, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah, 9 days. Come on, let's get this going.
Back to 0 days. Wedgie-related news. We had an email sent in. We had to share this with you guys. It's from Morgan. He writes, I met up with friends to watch some games last night when a shot by DeMar DeRozan, you saw it, went up, resulting with a wedgie. I immediately shouted, wedgie!
As you should.
To my surprise, a cute girl on the other side of the room I didn't know said the same thing at the same time. After a shocking glance at each other, we started talking. It turns out we're both marathon runners who listen to the podcast during our runs. I now have a date with this girl. Thanks. That's from Morgan. The wedgie.
Good stuff.
Who would have thought the wedgie bringing people together? Just like
Beautiful.
that. All right, let's unleash the unicorn. It's time for the starters fantasy minute. the twist with today's Fantasy Minute. Looking ahead just to tonight, there's 9 games on. So guys, you should start or possibly sit with so many games on. Start Fournier, Shump, Robin Lopez, Boozer. Possibly sit because they've been struggling, or maybe who they're playing. Trey Burke with the Jazz, DeMarre Carroll, Stoudemire, and Ed Davis.
Yeah, Robin Lopez, I would like to highlight. I've been pretty into him this year. He's been okay. He's shooting 52%, which is good for him, but he plays the Nuggets tonight. They give up a ton of points, ton of baskets in the restricted area, and they're really bad at pick and roll defense. Those are all things that Robin Lopez is actually pretty good at.
What do you
Put
feel,
him in your
10 and
lineup?
10 tonight?
I'd be happy with a 10 and 10, 6 and 8 shooting. That doesn't add up mathematically, so maybe 12 and 10.
Okay, there you go. There's the Starters Fantasy Minute. Thanks to the Unicorn for joining us, as always. Got to take one more break, but when we return, our pick and payoff results from last night and Lee's very solid play of the night. The Spurs were playing. Will they get it again? Come on back. Back with the Starters pick and payoff results from last night's action between Tass and I. Went 4-1. Tass went 3-2. It was that Bucks win over the Thunder with all the guys they are missing. That
Reggie Jackson, would you just square up and shoot? Stop being fancy.
You keep believing in these Thunder despite all the injuries.
They'll be there in the end.
So I gained another game. I'm up 2 on you. Tonight's picks. Well, we agree on all 5 games.
Great Saints.
We like the Hawks. Kaka! Lee and I down at the game tonight.
Down
We like
at
the
the
Knicks, the
Fortress.
Nuggets, the Suns, and the Rockets. And Timberwolves pointing out in Mexico City there. So nothing will change tonight. Tass, I hope we go 5-0, bud.
Yeah, good luck.
We put the best international player of all time question to you guys on the Starters Facebook page. You guys agreed that if you're just talking internationally, truly internationally, Dirk got the most votes, 36.6%. But then there was Duncan and Akeem and Nash getting a very measly 3.1% of the vote.
I think we have a young demographic on our Facebook.
Yeah, but I like that
Age.
it's sort of, a lot of people were chiming in that, yeah, just truly international, maybe it is Dirk because the other guys becoming U.S. citizens and whatnot. Lee, let's get to you for a very solid play of the night. What do you got?
Before we get to very solid play, I've got a graphic to show you. This came from a fan of the show, Kaushik7, all the way in Bangalore, India. He's been compiling a list of very solid play winners, and here it is showing that I'm not totally biased to the San Antonio Spurs. He's going to try to keep it up all season, so great job there, Kaushik. But the play of the night, the very solid play of the day, comes from Dallas last night. Look at this, Al-Farouq Amino out there to Monte, over to Devin Harris, to Brandon Wright.
Wow.
That is how you run a fast break. I mean, that's just fantastic. You guys know I love a bounce pass. I love it even better when they don't bounce it at all. And that's what I call a very solid play.
That's a very solid fast break.
That was a good one.
Very solid fast break. Very solid pie chart. Very solid
solid
everything.
pie
Lee.
A lot of solids.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow to break down as many of the 9 games on tonight as possible.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, Dr. Oz's first name is Mehmet. Didn't know that, did you?
I did.
Like Mehmet Okur?
I also like Mehmet Okur. He's
Race the
Turkish.
night, people.